Hi Capricorn, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for a tarot and oracle card reading for all Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Today's reading will be a general reading. I post new readings on Friday and Monday. Fridays are always a general reading. Mondays are a different style every week. I also post bonus readings periodically on Wednesday if you have an interest in those. All right, let us begin here. What advice do you have for Capricorn, please? What does Capricorn need to know, please, for the best and highest good of all involved with Capricorn? All right, we will lay out the tarot here. We're going to just cut the Moonology manifestation. These have already been shuffled. Very beautiful. We'll get into that in a minute. You have here the Wheel of Fortune. We always like that. The Page of Swords. The Page of Pentacles. You have a message coming in here. The Six of Wands. The Hierophant. The Eight of Wands. The King of Wands. Very fiery reading. And Temperance. I like this a lot. So you have here Sagittarius, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. I mentioned you have fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. You've got air and you do have earth as well. First quarter moon in Aquarius. Trust the universe. I feel like your time is coming now. There's something really potent about the Wheel of Fortune with the Eight of Wands, Six of Wands. It's like you're primed, you're pumped, you're ready to rock. You're ready to move forward. And that fiery energy is almost like an invisible hand pushing you forward. So I do feel like if you've had something that has been a bit quiet, a little mundane, a little bit just kind of doing the daily grind without a lot of excitement, life is about to pick up and pick up fast. So I do want to tell you though, with this Archangel Michael and of course also the Hierophant, you still have an emotionally grounded energy. So it's not like it's, racing off in some kind of a event or something where it's like, oh my God, that was completely out of control. This feels very grounded. And so with the energy of Temperance, that is thriving in change. And with the Wheel, that's when life gets breathed back into life. Things get exciting. So if you've been at a bit of a crossroads or a standstill, not anymore. Now the Wheel can also bring in unexpected invitations, announcements, and meetings. So I do feel like if you're single right now, you're going to have a lot of interest, but I also feel like you have somebody here who's quite a standout. There's somebody here who's going to go that extra mile. And I do feel like they're a bit of a King of Wands, very confident, very assured, but also quite successful. It's somebody who has it going on. There's somebody who is coming in here, coming to the table that is a match, all right? And so you have marriage here. But you have great healing as well with the energy of Temperance. So I definitely feel like as life moves forward, if it's been a bit challenging, I don't see that continuing. Now, the Wheel will help you bring in answers to questions. So those of you that are wondering why, which can be such a maze, can it? Just, wandering through that maze, trying to figure out why. It can be really a fruitless effort and it can be such a waste of time. But I do feel like if that's the case and that's been heavy on your heart and in your mind, I do feel like that's going to get resolved and let you let go of something that no longer serves you. Even if it's something on the mundane level, like on the financial level, like memberships or streaming services or things that are financially just not a great use of money. I feel like you're going to see that, resolve it, take care of it. And I also feel like, too, somebody here is going to be quite good at saving money. But overall, this really is a card of understanding the world, seeing how the world works. And in the end, everything is pushing you towards joy unless you resist it. So unless you keep things going that don't work for you, and you know they don't, you're going to be on such a better path here. So trust, have faith, know that you're going to get busy, and that the Wheel does reflect a time of inaction coming to an end. So I do feel like you have new people, places, things. If you're moving, this is fantastic. Now with the Wheel and the Eight of Wands, it's information that comes in quite suddenly, quite quickly. It is a real turning point for you. So the Page of Swords will have you doing research. He's a student of intellect. He's also quite good at determining or discerning between the truth and a lie. Now, I don't see any dishonest energy around you. So if people are laying it on thick, they're really praising you, they're kind of fawning all over you. And those of you that are like, no, I don't have that. Why do you think I'm watching this? I do feel like you're going to have people coming in, and you might not completely trust it at first, but I do feel like you will be able to trust them. If it's something out of the ordinary where you say, yeah, I'm the one taking care of everybody, I just don't have that in my life. I feel like you're going to have a change here where you're going to find people are a little more generous. Generous, not just with praise and compliments, those are nice, but they're basically like throwing twigs on a roaring fire. I mean, they're nice to receive in the moment, but they're not for the long haul. I feel like you have a change, a turn of events here that's going to be for the long haul. And so with this Page of Swords energy, it is about taking action. He watches over his shoulder as well. So you may find too, those of you that are moving on in a relationship, you may have somebody who comes back from the past that may not be the ex, but is related to them in some capacity. It could be their old coworker. You bump into them and have a rather awkward exchange. I mean, you may find that you're guarded in the exchange, and I'd say you do you in that. You do what you're comfortable doing. We're not here to necessarily make our ex's coworkers feel comfortable at all costs, right? And so if you have had some kind of an interchange like that, I see it in the cards. Well, you also have the Page of Pentacles, which brings in optimism, and he brings in great messages about money too. So with this Page of Pentacles, any new endeavors that you're taking on are going to be successful. If you have a new idea, if you are kind of babying along a project, if you have some kind of business, entrepreneurial type of thing going on, I do feel like it's going to be a success if you're going out on your own and you work in a field that's not particularly, it's not metaphysical or something, but it's more brick and mortar type of thing, and you're going out on your own. I do feel like you're going to have customers, those of you who need customers. But with this Page of Pentacles, he's also too the student of life. So I feel like you're going to do all the research. These two together are a great research team. If you are some kind of a researcher or you work in a lab, I almost said live in a lab. If you feel like you live in a lab, we gotta pick up your social life a little bit. But anyway, with this, I do feel like you're going to get all the information you need so that you can move forward. The wonderful thing is about the Page of Pentacles is its attention to detail. So there's no details left missing or hanging or loose ends. Anything you need to tie up, shore up, you're going to do it and move forward. So the Six of Wands here, you've got those wreaths of victory. All right, you're going to head into a very triumphant cycle. I definitely get it with work where you're going to be getting accolades, recognition, noticed. I mentioned before, if you need clients, you're going to have an abundance of them. They're all around trying to support you. If you're launching something new too, I feel like people around you will try to get the word out for you, and that's going to be really helpful. But very helpful in free marketing. That's one of the greatest things about social media is it's free marketing all over the place. Now with this, in terms of love, you have somebody here, you've got an admirer. Now if they haven't come out of the woodwork yet, they're going to. And I feel like in a big way. So with this Six of Wands energy, you're definitely having people around you notice, and they may say, hey, have you lost weight? Are you doing something new? Are you doing some kind of gym program? That sort of thing, because they can tell that you're carrying yourself a little differently. And if you've had some weight loss and you've gotten into a bit, your fitness, you feel really good about it, and you went out and maybe perhaps bought a couple of different outfits or things to wear, I do feel like you're going to be feeling good, and that is going to lift your energy, your vibration. And because when we feel good, we walk a little taller, don't we? It's one of those things. There's lots of techniques about when you are going into an interview, about posturing yourself a little taller, really working on, see, I did it with my own shoulders and then the card raised. Standing up straight, smiling, walking in tall, all that good stuff. If you're not having an interview, it doesn't matter. It still is going to kind of boost you up a bit. Well, the Hierophant brings in blessings. And so with this, you have people who want to help you out. If you are in need of help, you won't be. Okay, you've got more than you'll need here. But the Hierophant too is intuition. It's an inner knowing. It's a secret force called forth. And so with this, he's got these two devotees, right? They're crouched down and almost worshiping. Well, they are worshiping in the temple, not necessarily him. But I do feel like with this, It's a card of people working well together. So again, at work, you're going to find that people get along well. If you have to hire a moving company for some reason, I do feel like if you had a bad feeling about one, you're going to have a better experience with another. That's what I get. I know that's random, but that's what I get. And so with this energy, you're in the next quarter here. 3, 7, 12 is important, the numbers, but I also get the next quarter. If you're single, you have somebody coming in hot. And this is a marriage, by the way. It is a partner for life. This is the kind of energy, very high moral values. So it's somebody who would not, I mean, they're even cash register honest. I mean, which I think most people are, but I know some who aren't. If there's a mistake, they're the first one to like, hey, I think I got overpaid. You know, that sort of thing. And it's only because their moral compass is pointed in the right direction. They know how to treat people, and they treat people with love, with respect, but they're still strong and confident. This is somebody too, if they work in some sort of authority position, I feel like people like them because they can predict what they're going to do. Okay, there's something about that brings in a lot of safety in the workplace. If that's their kind of job where they're in charge of people, they bring something special to the table. And they might also too with this, they're a leader by nature, but they also may do something like in terms of training for work where they're training others, giving information. Perhaps they have interns and things like that. If you've got with this 8 of Wands, if you've got something stagnant around you now, it's not lasting. All right, this is the perfect alignment to bring things forward. And it is communication. So expect an email, expect a phone call too, I get. An actual phone call if it's about a job. Now with a relationship, if you meet somebody new under the wheel, they're going to contact you right away. It could even be the same night. All right, they get home and send you a quick, brief text. It's not texting all night long and staying up till all hours, but it's just enough to, you know, commit. It's just enough to say, hey, this was not a one-time meeting. So I mentioned before, you may be attracting a King of Wands. I also feel like you might embody this at work too, where you put your best foot forward and where in some ways you're a leader. That's what I'm getting. Like you've got real leadership qualities here. There's also great loyalty to you though as well. And last but never least, with this Archangel Michael, this temperance energy, if there's any area of your life that you feel needs repair, that's what this is here to do. It's safety and protection. It's steering you in the right direction, but he's also too thriving in change. And so when you have this, the changes that you're going through are going to be beautiful. I feel like you have that dawn of a new day coming in and an illumination, those aha moments where you really see some things in your life in a new light and in a beautiful light. So let's see here. What else you need to know, Capricorn? Messages, please, for Capricorn. What else does Capricorn need to know, please? Success, that always reminds me of the Chariot, driven to success. Be assertive. Your time is now. Peaceful resolution, and you've got perfect timing. I mentioned that before. Right now, yes, they tell you good things are on the way, Capricorn. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.